Midwest Sports Net is at the Lone Star Conference Media Day. Once again, we took a year off last year to take care of, daughters, because you have to take care of daughters.
That's important.
But in the meantime, since my time to get to be here, a new coach, or rather an old familiar face at Eastern New Mexico, Coach Kelley Lee, returns to take the helm there. Coach, second year now, second stint with the program. Tell us a little bit about last year and bring us into where we are now.
Well, really thrilled to be back. Got a great group of young kids. We battled last year. We're in a lot of games right at the end. Didn't win as many as we'd like, but had a chance to have a winning season. Missed a field goal kick in the end, but returned a lot of players. Hopefully those lessons we learned in those tough games can lead to a great season this year.
Coaches, as you look at this team, you talk about players that come back. There are a lot of players that are coming back. How big is that in a league like this that is so tough?
Yeah, I think in today's football with the transfer portal and when you have returners and guys that have experience in your system and your program, that helps a lot, because you're playing with new players that are transfers, or a lot of times you're playing with young kids that are just learning college football. So when you have some returners and can play with some older kids, that's usually a recipe for success.
One of the big things that stands out to me is that it's a return to the run game. And I know that's something that folks in Portales and around the area that watch you all play are familiar with, that being a part of the Greyhounds offense. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, in West Texas and Eastern New Mexico, the wind blows a little bit. So from time to time, if you can take the air out of the ball and be able to run the ball and stop the run, you can get some wins. And we want to be able to do those things. We feel like our offense allows us to dictate the tempo, be effective running the ball, and generate some big passing plays when people really gear up to stop it. I think we were fourth in our conference at touchdown passes. So we say we don't throw it a lot, but when we do, we mean it.
Then let's address that then, Coach. In being able, knowing where you are, I guess knowing the room as much as anything, how big a deal is that for you for recruiting?
Oh, it's big. Majority of our team is New Mexico and West Texas kids. They know that the wind's going to blow. They've probably some burrito. The green chili's not going to make them sick, and that helps with retention, And so we're locally fed program, and we feel like those kids are going to play hard for Eastern New Mexico University.
All right, Coach, definitely knowing the room and knowing about the Allsup's burrito, so that's all right.
That's right.
You start off the season against New Mexico Highlands, new coaching staff there. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the opening to your year.
Well, it'll be unique because the new staff, offensive coordinator who actually from my same high school, played for my father, but he's run a lot of different styles. We really don't know what to expect, and the roster's very different. So it's one of those games you're going to go in kind of in the dark, and you got to spend a lot of time working on ourselves during fall camp. But I know Coach Kurt over there is going to build a good program. Coach Thatcher's going to run a great offense. So we know we'll have our hands full.
Coach Kelley Lee, Eastern New Mexico, picked 7th, by the way, in the preseason poll here, Lone Star Conference Media Day 2024. Coach, thank you very much for taking time with us today, sir.
Thank you so much. Go Ham.